You ruined somebody's Christmas because this occurred December 17th, Christmas just days away. You haven't taken advantage of that. I'm going to grant the motion and revoke you. You were driving intoxicated on Christmas. Sometimes when people are having their Christmas dinner, somebody always forgets something, like they forget the eggs to make the stuffing or whatever. That easily could have been a tragedy for some family. You understand?
She's out of town. She's not driving. She's not in the vehicle. Who's going to pull up?
There's no miscommunication. I gave her a setting of when to come back and she did not appear. Twice. Excuse me, lady in the shirt. Who are you? No, who are you? Don't give me attitude.
Well, I don't think anybody knows where their children are at all times when they're at that age.
On Christmas night.
So these people were taking Christmas gifts out of their car because it's Christmas time, probably preparing Christmas for their children because Santa Claus is real. So trying to make sure that they know that Santa Claus was able to stop by the house, and you and your brother decide to take their Christmas gifts.
We're diving straight into the high-octane part of the hearing. Notice how the judge immediately frames the crime around Christmas. This is more than just a date. It's a rhetorical move to highlight the callousness and the emotional impact on the victim. In sentencing, judges often weigh the nature and context of the crime heavily. Question for the audience: does the timing of a crime, like on a holiday, make it worse in your eyes?
Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state opposes your application. They're taking in consideration 2022 CR 5308 and 2023 CR 0224. And there's to be restitution to the complainant. And you are subjected to the full range of punishment if you didn't appear for sentencing, but you are here. So have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any objection?
No objection.
State, do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. Defense has 3 witnesses to present to the court today, including Mr. Brinkley.
All right, call your witness. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if you could state your name for the record, please.
Amber Asher.
All right, you can lower your hand. Defense?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Asher, good morning.
Or
What is your relationship with Dominic?
he's my oldest son.
Jason.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Mr. Turner, I'm sorry. So he's your oldest son?
That's correct.
How many children do you have?
6.
And what do you do for a living, Ms. Asher?
I deliver for Uber.
Like Uber Eats? Okay, thank you. Oh, and just for clarification for the record, you'll need a.
Yes, that's correct.
In the interview that Dominic provided to probation, he had mentioned that he was mostly raised from childhood by his aunt and uncle. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Can you explain to the court how he ended up in the custody of his aunt and uncle?
Due to domestic violence between his father and his younger brother were both removed from my custody, and my aunt legally adopted them.
And just so the judge is aware, was this
Wow, the drama just ramped up. Defense is immediately going for the mitigating factors. They're showing a tough childhood marked by domestic violence that led to a legal adoption. This testimony isn't about innocence, it's about explaining why the defendant, Dominic, may have been on a destructive path. They're asking for mercy by showing a history of trauma, which is crucial when asking for deferred adjudication.
domestic violence? Were you charged with domestic violence? Were you an aggressor in these situations?
No, I was the victim.
Did you feel that because of that circumstances, you felt Dominic would have been safer in the custody of your aunt and uncle?
That's correct.
After he was put into the custody of your aunt and uncle, were you just no longer involved with his life?
I've always been there.
So you've played an active role in his upbringing.
That's correct.
Biological father, was he ever in the picture for him?
No. I think the last time Dominic saw him, he was like 3.
3 years old.
So I'm sorry, I'm confused. So the person that she's saying was abusive to her, is that the defendant's biological father?
That's correct.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
No,
Thank you. Let's start, I guess, before this incident, and any change or growth in his character that you've seen since he was arrested on these charge.
I would have to say that before he was arrested on this charge, there was like tremendous maturity happening. And I won't say he made a mistake. He made some really bad choices in that time frame. My dad had just passed away like 2 months before that, and a lot was going on with me and him and his younger brother.
His younger brother being Isaiah.
That's correct. Lost their way for a while there. My dad.
The mother is building a case for redemption. She frames Dominic's crime not as inherent malice, but as a series of bad choices spiraling from grief and trauma, specifically, the death of his grandfather, his best friend. This is a key transition. The defense is shifting the narrative from a criminal act to a story of a young man who got lost but is now showing signs of rehabilitation.
Best friend. The one that he always talked to. And then he felt like the one person who was always there for him was gone.
Since he was arrested for this charge, the aggravated robbery charge, how would you describe, I guess, the changes that he's made in his life, improvements, if any?
He started to get his life on track as far as employment. He talked about school, getting his GED, and starting to care about where his life was going instead of just being this empty shell every day.
What about any sort of change in his character since learning that he was to become a father?
He's very responsible. He's a great dad as far as I've seen so far. He does everything he can to try to help with the baby.
As far as you're aware, would there be potential issues in terms of raising a child if Dominic is not involved?
Financially, of course, and also she needs her dad.
Obviously, being his mother, knowing him since from birth, any history at all that Dominic had, with aggression or violence or acting out in anger, like was he getting into a lot of fights in school, anything like that?
No.
But you had mentioned your younger son, Isaiah. Thank you. He was mentioned as well in Dominic's interview. Dominic admitted that Isaiah was the shooter in this incident. As far as you're aware, is that correct?
That is correct.
Where is Isaiah now?
He's TDC.
Is it because of this incident that he is there?
That's one of the incidents for the reason why he's there. He had numerous charges.
I know it's tough as a mother to talk about your children in this light, but would you describe Isaiah as being more of a troubled or violent individual compared to Dominic?
He's definitely more of a fly off the handle than Dominic. Dominic more level-headed than Isaiah's more rowdy. I don't know how else to explain him.
Could you please?
This is a crucial defense strategy. The mother is painting a picture of Dominic as the follower and his brother, Isaiah, as the true aggressor and the actual shooter. While Dominic is charged with aggravated robbery due to accomplice liability, if you participate in a felony where a deadly weapon is used, you can be charged with the same crime, The defense is trying to minimize his individual culpability and intent to harm. They're positioning him as the less violent, level-headed brother to justify a lighter sentence.
Explain to the judge why you believe that Dominic is deserving of a chance on deferred adjudication rather than going to prison.
I think that's it right there. Is just a chance. He just needs a chance to not become a statistic of his. He made a horrible choice, and he knows that. And we just ask for mercy. That's all. He has to be accountable for his actions, and we understand that.
That you would like to inform the judge anything you feel is important for her to know about Dominic.
I just know that his heart's in the right place and his mind's in the right place, and he just needs, he wants to do things right and be a good productive member of society, a good man, a good father, and a good, fiance to his girl. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Pastor Chairman.
All right, State.
Yes, but are you aware that your son is also accused of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and theft of that motor vehicle on June 23rd, 2021?
That's correct.
Just one second. Excuse me, lady in the shirt. Who are you? No, who are you? Are you here? You're a friend? Well, friend, this is not visitation, and you're talking to inmates in the box. And let me tell you what the problem with that is. The problem with that, oh, don't give me attitude. The problem with that is the fact that the officers are in charge of security and you're messing with security. So friend of the person in the box, step outside the courtroom. And the friend in the box, this is not visitation. You need to do that at the jail. No. Okay. Yes.
Yes, I am aware that he had those other two charges. One of the charges actually, the vehicle in question was actually stolen by my other son.
So I guess since you brought it up, your other
Boom. The state strikes back. The prosecutor introduces more criminal history and then focuses on the mother's credibility regarding her son's actions. The judge's sudden outburst against the person in the gallery interrupting the state's cross-examination is pure, unpredictable courtroom drama. It completely stops the defense's momentum. Why do you think the judge chose that exact moment to make an example of the rule breaker? The state immediately picks up on the thread, cornering the mother on her awareness of her son's criminal activities.
sons, so two of your sons, one being the oldest, and then Isaiah is the next one. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So both of them are out car hopping. You know what that means?
Yes.
What does that mean?
They're basically going from car to car, getting whatever they can out of it.
Were they living with you at this time?
No.
Well, you stated that he didn't the defendant in this case, your son, didn't he come to live with you when he was 17 or 18?
When he turned 18, he did.
Okay, so how old was he when he was committing these felonies? Because he has to be 18 or older. So he was staying with you when he was 18.
I'm sorry, State, just one second. Excuse me. Guys, don't approach the coordinator while we're on the record because there's chatter over here. There's chatter in the box. It's making it difficult for me to hear on this very important case, which all the cases are important. And it's making it difficult for the court reporter to hear. All right, so you may continue.
So you're aware that, I mean, when he was committing theft of vehicle or unauthorized use of motor vehicle, he was staying with you. Is that right?
At first, he did go back and forth. It wasn't like one day he brought all his stuff and moved in. It was, he came, he stayed the weekend, and then it was, it kind of just solidified into like a permanent thing. Isaiah ended up going back to my aunt's because he didn't have a choice.
So to be fair, I mean, your sons and your children are moving from your house to somebody else's house. You don't know exactly where they are, do you?
I don't agree with that
Okay, so you know where they're at all times?
for the most part.
So on December 25th, going into December 26th, when this aggravated robbery where their shooting happened, you knew where they were on Christmas night?
I didn't know where they were at that time. No.
Okay. So now do you agree with me that you don't know where they're at all times?
Well, I don't think anybody knows where their children are at all times when they're at that age.
On Christmas night?
Well, I do have 4 other kids at home, so yeah. I mean,
This one child of yours that's over the age of 18 staying with you, and then you also have a juvenile son that was charged with this aggravated robbery that went to TYC for this actual ag robbery. So you didn't know where your juvenile son was that night when he was committing ag robbery. Is that correct?
I mean, I guess that's correct, but like I said, my aunt has custody of Isaiah and had custody of him at that time.
Okay. And actually, your son in this particular case is actually says that he's going to return to the aunt and uncle's residence and stay there with his girlfriend, with their, I believe, it's a young child, the 9-month-old. Is that right?
Yes, that's
And
correct.
not with you. Is that right?
That's correct.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, any other questions?
Some follow-up, Your Honor.
Yes.
How old is Dominic today?
20.
20 years old. So at the time that this occurred, roughly around 18 years old. Does that sound right, or is that incorrect?
That's correct.
Were at that time, were you keeping tabs on him at all times, or was he of the age where he was? Let me rephrase it this way. At 18, is he an adult?
Yes, I mean,
I'm sorry. Just to rephrase, at that age of 18, is he considered an adult?
yes.
No further question.
All right, any other questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
I just have a few questions, if there's no objection.
No objection.
State, Your Honor.
All right, so were your parental rights terminated?
No, I actually relinquished my rights. It was an ongoing CPS case, and they basically told me I had ran out of time. They'd already given me an extension.
So that means that there was a legal case, am I correct?
Yes.
And as a part of that legal case, there were certain things you had to complete.
Before I relinquished my rights?
No, there were certain things that you had to complete because they were giving you a chance to have your children in your custody, correct?
That's correct.
So what did you not complete?
I actually didn't complete, I didn't maintain my sobriety at that time.
Okay.
So I went into inpatient.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in and giving me some insight into your son. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Call your next witness.
Defense would not call Dominic.
All right. Can you raise your questions?
I have no further questions.
Right. So there's this vehicle and there are Christmas gifts in the vehicle. And I read the stipulations. I always reread those, and I read the PSI report. So these people were taking Christmas gifts out of their car because it's Christmas time. They leave their door open, as people sometimes do, because they're trying to load the Christmas gifts in, probably preparing Christmas for their children, because Santa Claus is real. So trying to make sure that they know that Santa Claus was able to stop by the house, and you and your brother decide to take their Christmas gifts. Were you able to take some of their Christmas gifts?
Your Honor, I don't believe that I grabbed anything out of the car.
Well, you and your brother, because you and your brother were doing this together. Were you able to take some of their Christmas gifts?
I believe so, yes, ma'am.
Well, I mean, not believe so. You know if there were packages wrapped in your vehicle or not.
Well, it was a pretty traumatizing experience for me. Like, my brother had just shot me, and I went to
Well, I mean, your brother shot you by accident. He was trying to shoot the complainant, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you took some of their Christmas gifts. I would like to know, when you went back home to wash the blood off your arm,
Yes, sir.
what happened to their Christmas gifts?
I don't know, because I didn't go that far. My brother dropped me off at the house, and he did what he did with the rest of the stuff.
And what did your uncle ask you? Because I see your uncle was trying to help you with the gunshot wound to your arm. What did your uncle do?
I had told him that my brother had shot me, and that's when he got in hydrogen peroxide. We just cleaned it, and I wrapped it up.
Did anybody search for a bullet? Was this like Rambo, where somebody has some, gunpowder and they put it in the wound and light it? What did he do? Oh, a visual.
It's right here.
Okay.
That's the one. I came out right here.
Oh, so he knew that there was an exit wound?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. There was one hole right here and one right here. So
And what did your brother say to you when you told him he had shot you? Did he say you're on your own?
Like, it wasn't really like that. It was more like he didn't know what to do.
Was it like a scene out of the movie where you see in a movie where somebody gets shot and they just say, we got to help him. And then they just drop him off at the hospital door and keep going? Or did he just drop you off at your uncle's house?
I just got dropped off and cleaned it, and then that's when I was taken to my mom's from there.
All right. You know, then that day you ruined somebody's Christmas,
I understand.
and you understand that the complainant was shot
Yes,
and they didn't go to their uncle's house. They had to go to the hospital.
I understand.
All right. Any other questions?
Nothing
No
to say.
further.
All right.
No further questions.
Any other witnesses?
No further witness.
All right. The court will hear argument. State.
State's asking for 8 years in TDC, Your Honor.
All right. Defense.
Your Honor, defense would be asking the court to take into consideration all that has been presented today and give Mr. Brinkley a chance on deferred adjudication. You've heard his history, his coming up. He's mentioned that he didn't have a really good, I guess, father figure in his life. He had his mother that was there to help raise him, even though she had
Just 1 second. I'm sorry. You probably may need to start breathing through your mouth because I see you're hyperventilating.
I have an anxiety disorder.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you probably want to take some deep breaths.
Yeah, because she's what, Your Honor? Please,
Sure.
I'm not sure if this cooled off.
Whenever.
May I leave it up here?
Yes. All right. So I hear your.
We've heard the story of his upbringing. You know, even though his mother relinquished her rights, she tried her best to stay in his life as much as possible. But he's admitted to the court that he felt that he just didn't have the right tools in his upbringing to help him. You know, he's gone through some very traumatic experiences in his life, being molested, and he admitted to that to the probation officer. I will admit to the court that was the first time I heard that information as well. It was news to me. He expressed in that report that incident had a huge impact on his life. It led him down a spiral of depression, anxiety, he kind of closed himself off. And that led to some, as he described, some very bad choices. Breaking into vehicles seemed to be what his main outlet was. But I think it's very clear from the testimony and from the admissions that he made to the officers and what he's explained to the court that Mr. Brinkley himself, he's not a violent person. He's not the type of person to go out with a gun and looking to harm anybody. I think I don't want to say wrong place, wrong time, because that's not the right word here. It's just he made a bad choice and he happened to be put into the situation where his brother escalated things to the point where nobody wants to see. And I know that Mr. Brinkley is extremely sorry about what happened. And like he said, there's no way that he can ever express how sorry he is or ever take it back or ever make it better. The person who was responsible for the actual harm is sitting right now in TDC custody.
All
We're
right.
we're just asking for the court to take into consideration Mr. Brinkley's role in this. He is willing to take responsibility. He understands his role in it as well. Just give him a chance for adjudication, 10 years if the court feels necessary. He hasn't had an opportunity to be guided in the right path. You know, he's begging the court for counseling. You know, he's reaching out for a hand, asking for help. He's got this newborn child. Parenting classes are obviously needed. Moral recognition therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. I mean, anything that can be available to Mr. Brinkley.
All right.
I know that not
Here's
only
my
will-
question, though.
Yes, Judge.
Why would somebody who has an aggravated robbery pending decide to get with someone and have a child until they know what's happening with this?
It's all about the choices you're making.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Those
does
are
have-
just questions because this aggravated robbery date on it is 2021. So it's not like he had the baby beforehand because they just told me the baby is months old. So why would people do that, knowing that this is there and then come to the court and say, my child is going to need a father?
Say something, please, Your Honor.
Oh, sure.
I chose to have my daughter because that was one of the many goals that I wanted to accomplish in life. And
To have a child
I wanted to be a father because
while you have an aggravated robbery pending.
honestly, ma'am, I wasn't thinking about that. When I got the charge, I didn't get the charge. I got it when I got arrested late in November and my girl was pregnant in August.
Mhm.
So I honestly was.
But you had to have known that this was coming down the pipeline because
That's
you've been shot and the complainant's been shot.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you decided to get into a relationship and to have a child. Did you tell her about this aggravated robbery that was pending before you all decided to be in a relationship, or did you drop it on her after you were in a relationship?
She had known about it when I had told her about my gunshot wound to my heart.
Oh, so before you all got into a relationship.
No, it was after our relationship. We had gotten into a relationship after the incident.
See, here's the thing. I don't know why people continue to let people meet their publicists instead of their true selves, because the right way to do things, you should have sat down with her and say, I would love to be in a relationship with you. Let me tell you what's going on in my life. I have a pending aggravated robbery, because maybe she would have said, you know what? I want to be in a relationship with you, but we shouldn't have children at this point in time because we don't know what's going to happen with your case. Instead, you all go out and decide to have a relationship, have a child that's months old, then come to the court and use the child for the court as judge. I want to be a father to my child. I don't want my child not to have a father. And then bringing an infant down here who's that age, as I said, to a nasty courtroom. This courtroom is filled with germs. The only other place that's probably has more germ is the jail and the hospital. My grandmother would always say, when you go to the hospital, you need to get out as quickly as possible because it's filled with germs. And no matter how they try to clean it, it's true. So then you want to bring a baby here for me to see. Oh, a cute little baby. Don't take its father away.
Your Honor, honestly, we didn't have somebody to watch her. The person who left was our ride here. And that.
I hope that wasn't a complete stranger you all had watching the baby.
Okay.
I hope it's somebody you can trust.
Sure.
I hope it's somebody you all did a background check on.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. With regards to the amount that's owed.
The verdict is coming. The judge delivers a blistering monologue, essentially tearing down the I need to be a father defense. She calls out the defendant's choices to have a child while a felony was pending, calling it a strategic, but unsuccessful, attempt to influence her. Her concern about the baby in the nasty courtroom is a rhetorical power move, showing that she sees through the emotional plea. Ultimately, she balances rehabilitation with punishment, finding him guilty and following the plea agreement with an 8-year sentence. It's a tough but fair conclusion based on the law and the gravity of the crime.
To the complainant in this case, I see an amount that was paid to victims of crime compensation fund of $24,000. And I'm assuming that's the amount that was due the complainant.
Your Honor, I did see that the complainant didn't respond to the PSI report. So the state would say that that's the portion that's owed back to the victim's compensation fund.
All right. So I'm sorry, counsel, you may continue.
I actually don't remember where I left off, Your Honor. Well, I guess
you were telling me about his history and that you learned about his physical abuse that happened to him as he told the
Yes.
court today.
And just knowing that the impact that had on his life and the spiral that drew him down. I don't know. And so he's reaching out to the court, Your Honor, for a chance not only to stay out of prison, but to be a better person. He wants to learn these things. He wants to go to counseling. He wants to be a better person. And I think that in terms of from other people that I've seen come through this criminal justice system, I think that is a big improvement in terms of, others that, and just to show to the court that he's not here to play around. He's not here to just simply ask for a chance. He is begging for that chance and asking for an opportunity to be a better person and be a better father, and to make things right as best as he can.
All right. State. All right. Mr. Brinkley, I want to let you know that I listened to everything. I've internalized everything. I listened to your mother. I know you had a bad upbringing. I know that your mother did not complete her service plan. That's why her rights were terminated, or that's right, the reason she decided to relinquish. Because I know in CPS cases, you have up to a year to get your life in order. They give you a year where you actually have a free babysitter. And all you have to do is do your parenting class to stay clean and sober. I'm sure she had a choice to make, because I would tell my clients all the time over there, either you want your man or you want your children. Who do you choose? And they would always tell me, oh no, I want my children. Next thing you know, what ends up happening? They're back with the man, and their children have to go wherever they go because they get their rights terminated. So I understand. I understand your upbringing was bad. I understand that you have a baby that you want to be there for, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
But I have to balance things and look at both things. Nothing really stopped you from your criminal activities because you said you were car hopping. And I appreciate the fact that you're being 100% honest with the court. Sentencing is about one of the things, it's for rehabilitation, right? But it's also for punishment. Even when I place people on probation, yes, I want them to get rehabilitated, but it's also for punishment. And in your case, if I send you to prison, it's punishment and rehabilitation. This case is going to be a prison case. I know that you are young, but you will still have time to live your life. I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 8 years in the prison. There's credit for any time served, $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent, take in consideration 2022 CR 5308, 2023 CR 0224. There's to be no contact with Martin Hernandez, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's to be restitution to the victim of crime compensation fund in the amount of $24,630.40. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Sure.
All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're young.
Yes, sir.
I know this seems like a lot of time, and any time behind bars is a lot of time, but make use of your time. Don't become institutionalized. Learn. You'll still be able to get out of prison and be in your child's life. You understand?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you.
Love you.
Travis Murphy.
That's fine, Judge. He wasn't ordered this morning. He's in custody. I think he's supposed to be ASAP over. The state has not made an offer. We're still kind of digging through discovery. Travis indicated because it's an aggravated offense, he needs to coordinate with Brittany, who's in trial and impact.
Yes. So what discussion? You understand you're charged with the offense of burglary of a habitation force. That's second degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your
If States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. I think my client wants to make a change in her life, and she has a mother at home that just had a grandma has seizures, and she also has a 17-year-old. My daughter is 14 weeks pregnant right now. She's 14 months pregnant. 14 weeks. She wants to get out of jail, and she's willing to comply.
But she's not a good role model for her daughter. And she's not a person who should be allowed to take care of anybody, let alone a goldfish. Because she has, you want to explain to me why you're breaking into people's homes when they're away? You ruined somebody's Christmas, because this occurred December 17th, Christmas just days away.
I was not in a good state of mind at that period in my life, and I was under the influence of an individual who had a really bad hold of me. I made very, very poor choices, and I'm willing to.
No, I mean, you actually, people are saying, always say, you know, I was in good frame of mind. I understand that, but your frame of mind was good enough to get a cinder block, climb through a window, go into somebody's home, and make sure you don't leave fingerprints. So I don't understand what you don't understand, that stealing's not right.
I am aware that it's not correct, Your Honor, and like I said, I've made a very poor choice, and I just want to be able to have a second chance to make this right. And
It can't be made right. Let me just tell you why it can't be made right. Because I'm sure all of this stuff that you took, that person's not going to get it back. And if they get it back, it's not going to be the same because somebody else has been using it and somebody else took it. Just like their home is never going to be the same. You know why it's not going to be the same? Because somebody entered their home without their permission. And Christmas is never going to be the same. You know why Christmas is never going to be the same for them? Because December 17th, somebody broke into their home while they were away. So you can't make it right. Sometimes things that we do, you can't make it right unless you can go back in a time machine and not do it. So who are you living with? I mean, one of the worst things, and it's not even really the worst thing, but one of the odd things is you live in the neighborhood. People saw you on the video. They're like, oh, I know her. She lives right in the
I no
neighborhood.
longer live with that residence, Your Honor.
As you should.
No, I've not lived there for quite a while. I live in Cibolo.
When's the last time you had employment?
Before I was arrested, I was employed with Southern Wildlife Rehab Facility.
Doing what?
I work with animals, Your Honor.
And is she planning on staying in Bear County?
Yes, Your Honor.
With who?
With where I was living at, my best friend and I have a place in Cibolo, 213 Bridge Crossing in Cibolo.
Okay, so you're gonna be living in Cibolo, Texas?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so that's not San Antonio. Am I wrong with that?
I think parts of it are in San Antonio, Your Honor, or in Bear.
No, I'm just talking about the
San Antonio
city.
period. Sorry.
Yes. All right. Do you have any mental health diagnosis?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any drug issues?
No, Your Honor.
Then I don't understand this wrong frame of mind. Counsel, help me.
I don't guess that she's going to take responsibility for the conduct. I can't explain that.
All right, as previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. If I'm not even going to say it. Okay. So here's the thing. The court is going to sentence you to 10 years in prison, suspended and probated for 6 years. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. But I'm not doing that for you. So it's 200 hours of community service restitution. We're going to do CATs 1 and 2. And usually I give people my own CATs 1 and 2, but I think you need the extra help of CATs 1 and 2, other than me telling you, don't steal, don't take what doesn't belong to you, don't go into homes unless you're invited. If you are invited and you're told to leave, you leave. Don't accept an invitation to somebody's home from a third party. But you need more than that. Let's see, is there anything else she needs, probation?
Did you want to have her do parenting classes, Your Honor?
Yes. I'm going to have you do parenting classes because you're telling me, well, you're making me think that you're going to be involved in your daughter's life and helping her out with your grandchild. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm already saying no unsupervised contact with minors. But I'll give you parenting classes, and I'll tell you what, if you complete parenting classes, I'll deduct 40 hours of community service restitution. All right. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else she needs? All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You're gonna have to do better in life. I mean, some people find you in their homes without their permission. It doesn't end well. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you. It's always good seeing you.
Thank you.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 2272, State of Texas versus Megan Hayes Wilhite. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Kelly Piddle.
And are you Megan Wilhite?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
Yes, ma'am. Will Height.
All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did
Yes,
you
ma'am.
understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Megan Hayes Wilhite who was placed on community supervision in 2020 CR 2272 for the offense of burglary of a habitation force on August 29, 2022 for a term of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Megan Hayes Wilhite, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of April, June, and July 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Trueness.
And Judge, it's going to be on the first amended motion to revoke. It's violated condition number 1 on or about the 26th day of September 2023 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Megan Hayes Wilhite committed the offense of theft in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Trueness.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objection?
No.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violations 4 and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison? Did you understand that? And up to a $1,500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 4 and 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violations 4 and 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, Your Honor, we were going to go open to the court. The state was going to recommend 6 years TDC.
All right. So the state is asking for 6 years defense.
Judge, I don't know if she was just sworn. Can I have my client testify briefly?
Yes. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Megan Hayes Wilhite.
All right. Sorry about that.
It's okay, miss.
Megan, you understand the state is recommending that you go to prison,
Yes, sir.
and you're asking the court to send you to safety.
Yes.
Why?
I want the opportunity. I haven't been able to get any kind of help when it came to drug rehab, and I really do want the opportunity to be able to get clean. I think it's about time that I do something good with my life, and I believe that Safe P would be a reasonable option for me to be able to get clean and do the best I can for myself and my family.
What is your drug of choice?
Marijuana and methamphetamines.
Okay. When did you first start using marijuana?
When I was about 14, 15, and
When did you start using meth?
methamphetamines about 32 years old.
How old are you now?
38.
Have you ever received any type of outpatient or inpatient treatment?
No, sir.
In regards to the reporting, you didn't report for those months. Why?
I did not have a vehicle, and I had my belongings taken from me from an individual that I was living with. My phone, everything, all of my email addresses and everything had been changed up. I had no way to contact anybody. And I was just scared to go up to the probation office at that point. I already knew that I had MTR'd, and I was just scared.
Okay. You understand that you could have gone up to probation at any time and they would have helped you and probably assisted you in getting your identification and that type of stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you didn't do that, right?
No, sir.
So you were placed on probation when? Like last year in August?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You didn't receive any type of treatment?
No, sir.
Okay. And so you're asking for it because you don't want to use methamphetamine.
Most definitely not.
Passwords.
State, any questions?
Just a couple, Your Honor. Ms. Wilhite, you did have an opportunity to review the court summary. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you see here that this isn't your first MTR?
Yes, sir.
And isn't it true that at the last MTR, you were told to go to outpatient treatment and that was a part of one of the conditions?
Yes, sir.
And you didn't go?
I don't think that the outpatient was available at that time. They had told me that I was taking classes, but that wasn't. I guess in the, how would I explain this? They had me doing certain things at a certain time, and the outpatient wasn't at that time that I was going. I was going to classes downtown, but it wasn't treatment at that time.
Pass the witness, Judge.
No further questions.
I have a question. What classes are you saying you were going to downtown?
I was going to the theft classes.
All right. So what are you saying happened with outpatient treatment?
I hadn't gone to the outpatient treatment yet.
All right. Why not?
I had been working and I didn't have time to do it at that time. I hadn't been able to make time yet.
All right. So this is what I'm trying to get to. One, was outpatient treatment ordered for you? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you do outpatient treatment? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
What is your reason for not doing outpatient treatment?
I was, like I said, I was working at the time. I didn't have the time at that period of time. I was going to be making time for it, but I did not have the time at that period of time.
All right. And the reason why I asked that question, and if I'm wrong, everybody can let me know I'm wrong. I'm going to take that as a sign of disrespect. But it seems as though you were saying that outpatient treatment wasn't available when the state was questioning you. Did I hear that incorrectly?
No, ma'am. No, not that it wasn't available. It's whenever I was with Ms. Martha Reyna, we were setting everything up. She had me doing the classes at that time, and I hadn't been able to do the outpatient treatment yet. Not that it wasn't available, because it was part of my agreement,
but it just, she had me doing the classes. I was checking in and everything like that with her, doing my UAs and everything. I just hadn't done the classes yet for the outpatient treatment.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
No, Judge.
No, Judge.
All right. Probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is probation requesting?
Your Honor, if the recommendation on the court summary is if she is not revoked, then to send her to safe P. I would like to point out this is her second MTR. And as she stated, it looks like she may have maybe entered the theft classes, but they were never completed.
Okay.
So at least we don't have record that they were complete.
All right. Anything else from either side?
Just brief argument, Judge.
All right. Then I'll hear argument state. You are requesting 6 years.
Yes, Judge.
Is there anything you wish to add?
Judge, it's just, she's been given plenty of opportunities to attend treatment. Even when answering the questions on treatment today, she didn't really give an answer other than she didn't have the time to do it. She's been given chance after chance. That's why the state's recommending time in TDC.
All right. Defense.
Judge, the purpose of probation is to rehabilitate individuals. I understand this is Ms. Wilhite's second MTR, but if she's given an opportunity in safety and she's able to no longer use methamphetamines in the future, then that's the win, that's the purpose. And if safe P is successful, then she'll be able to complete the rest of her probation. If it's not successful, she'll be back here and use under 10 years TDC. So we're just asking for that opportunity to try to get her to treatment so she doesn't continue to use methamphetamines.
All right. Anything else from you, Ms. Wilhite?
No, miss.
All right. Ms. Wilhite. The problem is it appears that you have started things, but you have finished nothing. And the problem is you were given a chance at outpatient treatment and you didn't take advantage of it. I could understand if you did outpatient treatment and it wasn't working. And everyone who comes into this court who's on probation, I always say, if there's an issue, if there's something you have a problem with, if you feel probation isn't addressing it, you can always come to the court and say, Judge, this is not what they're addressing. Judge, I have a drug problem. Can you help me with that? Judge, I have mental health issues. Can you help me with that? We have an open door policy here. You can always come in and ask for that. But you haven't taken advantage of that. I'm going to grant the motion and revoke you. The state is asking for 6. Defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're asking for 4.
Okay. All right. I'll sentence you to 5 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. Is there still restitution owed? Because there were several people
Yes,
that
ma'am.
restitution was to be paid to.
Yes, ma'am.
So did they ever put in any amounts of restitution that were due? Right, so they didn't put in any amounts. So I don't have any amounts. And if they want to do something with that later, they will have to take it up as a civil matter or somewhere else. But this court is not going to put it in the orders because I don't have anything. There's still to be no contact. It will not increase the length of time that you are in custody. So for example, if you're coming up for parole in 2 years or whatever, and you have not completed the therapeutic community portion of it, they're not going to say, well, we're going to give her parole, but since she hasn't completed the therapeutic community, we're going to keep her. That's not the way it works. It's just there for you while you're there. Would you like that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'll order therapeutic community. You're still going to have to ask for it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
That's it, Judge.
All right. Good luck to you. Okay. You're welcome.
You, Judge.
If we can come forward on that. All right. Court is calling Night Mag number 643337. State of Texas versus Patricia Perez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ryan Groomer for the state of Texas.
For the defense? And are you Ms. Perez? All right. So there's a motion from the defense to alter and amend conditions of bond. And also I have a violation report. And that is the case in which Judge Angelini doubled the bond, and that was done on April 22nd. All right. So, defense, it's your motion.
Thank you. Can I look at your time? So, my client posted bonds in this case, and she was ordered to get ignition interlock, and she did. She put it on her vehicle, and then she wrecked her vehicle. Completely wrecked. And I think I've already tended to the court. I think I can use this account.
Sure.
Let me tend to the. And the wreck was before March 20th.
Yes. All right. So, state the car accident occurred. Well, at least the loss damage from Progressive is for February 16th, 2022. And her failures to recalibrate are from March 2022.
Correct, Judge. And I think, Judge, I think even from on the face of the violation report, I don't think there is information in there that she had been in a wreck. I think the thing that triggered Judge Angelini signing it was that they had set up a deadline for her to provide documentation to her pretrial officer of the wreck. And Ms. Pettis didn't do that. And so I think that's what triggered the second violation report, was that she hadn't provided that documentation to her pretrial officer. And I'm guessing at that point, that's when Angelini signed the warrant and then issued a bench warrant.
Okay, so now we're to the question of why she didn't provide that information. Okay, all right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand if you can state your name for the record, please. All right, defense?
It's better. The issue now before the court is, once probation asked you to provide documentation of your car being totaled, did you give it to them? And if not, why not?
Yes, I did, and I emailed it to them, and my husband did also.
What did you email to them?
I emailed them the total loss, and I emailed them that I couldn't keep it calibrated, and from the smart start, like the information. There were 3 forms.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to come back this afternoon. She's going to remain in custody. We're going to call pretrial services to testify by Zoom.
I have to say,
Yes.
your husband is home,
Okay.
and he can testify what in his email.
Okay. So, yes, I see him right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have her come back. So you're not going to go to the Bexar County Jail. What's going to happen is we're going to come back at 1:30, and I'm going to have pretrial services Zoom in. Okay.
Speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
All right. So deputies, are we able to have her back here at 1:30? Okay. All right. Where we left off, the defendant informed the court that she and her husband emailed documents to pretrial services in regards to the totaling of her vehicle. So we've asked that pretrial services officer come to court, and she is here by Zoom. Any objection to the officer being here by Zoom, defense?
No.
State any objections to the officer being by Zoom?
No, Judge.
But before we start,
Yes.
I just want you to know, I asked her husband to go home and get the proof that he emailed.
Okay.
So I don't know what she's gonna say.
Well, we're going to find out.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Ms. Macias, could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If you could lower your hand for me and state your name for the record.
Officer Ana Macias from Pretrial Services.
All right. Brenda, are you able to hear?
Yeah.
All right. We are here concerning Patricia Pettis. Have you been able to pull up the record on that case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. With regards to this, the defense's witness, Ms. Pettis, and also her husband have informed the court that they sent documentation by email stating that the car has been totaled. Do you have that?
Yes, Your Honor. On April 26th, 22nd, or 2022, Your Honor. I have the claim that I scanned it in, Your Honor, in regards to the 2006 Ford Mustang. It's total. lost.
Okay.
Ms. Macias, what did you say the date was again? I think
I scanned it in her file on April 26th of 2022.
All right.
And I think in the pretrial you submitted a pretrial violation to the court, a second pretrial violation regarding this issue earlier in April, correct?
Correct. I have it here on April 18th of 2022.
And in that violation, just for clarity of the record, there was a deadline that you had given Ms. Perez earlier to provide you that documentation by a certain deadline, correct?
Correct. A deadline of April 16th.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness.
Any questions?
Did you get any emails before April 26th?
No, I have it here on my file that it was scanned on the 26th. That's the day I received it.
Did you talk to either Patricia Perez or her husband, Mr. Brown, about the fact that the vehicle was totaled?
Let me see.
Before April 26th.
Before April 26th. Give me a moment. I'm checking my notes. I made contact on April 14th of 2022 with Ms. Perez, letting her know about the deadline of April 16th. She did tell me that the vehicle's totaled. I asked her for supporting documents.
Okay, so you were aware the vehicle was totaled. You just wanted paper.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Am I excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you too. So here's the issue we have, Ms. Perez. You were given deadlines and you didn't meet those deadlines. That's why Judge Angelini doubled your bond, because you didn't meet the deadlines. You are on bond for driving while intoxicated, third or more. I'm not accept that as true, that it actually happened, because I haven't received any facts of that. But what I do know is that there are conditions of bond and you need to follow those conditions. And I received, and could I see my documentation, please, counsel?
Our documentation.
Yeah, thank you. Before Judge Angelini signed that motion, I received documentation that you were not calibrating. And what I did was I gave you 2 days to comply with calibration. And once that was done, I'm sure there was contact made with probation and with pretrial services. And just because you tell pretrial services your car has been totaled, they don't know if that's been totaled. They need documentation for that. So the question is, why did you wait so long? And you're still under oath. Why did you wait so long to provide them documentation when they told you that they needed that documentation April 15th?
I think her deadline was the 16th.
All right, April 16th.
I kept trying to email them, but I wasn't emailing them probably to the correct address or something, but I started emailing right away as soon as I got the paperwork from Smart Start and that. And
did you pick up the phone and call them and said, I've been trying to email you? All right, State, what are you requesting?
Judge,
and she does have medical issues. I don't know if you're aware of her medical issue.
I don't believe I am, Judge, but I think just from our perspective, I think that at the minimum, if the court decides to reinstate her bond, I think she just needs to be strongly admonished that it isn't so much, it sounds like she did tell them she was in a wreck, but like the court said, they don't have confirmation until they do. And I don't find it persuasive that she was trying to email their email. I think she just needs to understand that she needs to communicate with her pretrial officer. And, if she's not able to do that, then obviously her bond could be revoked and she could spend her pretrial period waiting in custody if she's unable to comply with the rules that the court asked and the pretrial asked.
Do you understand that?
Yes. Your Honor.
All right. How did you make it to court today? Did he drive?
Oh, yeah, he was just here in the courtroom.
No. I'm asking her questions, Ms. Clark.
Yes.
Did he drive?
Yes.
Does that car have ignition interlock on it?
No.
That car needs ignition interlock on it. Do you understand?
It's just, yes.
Is it his work vehicle?
Yeah, it's his work vehicle.
Do you have a new car?
No, I don't at the time.
Do you have a car?
No, I don't.
Can we put her on the PAN device?
Obviously, he's using his work vehicle, which we learned in law school, which is outside the duties of his work, but he's using his work vehicle to transport her. Unless this is on a road, on a route to his job, no.
May I say something that
Yes.
I happen to know? He travels extensively. See, he and I have been in touch with each other.
But he brought her, it doesn't fail the fact that he brought her to court in that vehicle. And he's using it outside his employment duties.
He doesn't really live here much. He's on the road 1 week at a time. He and I coordinated when he could bring her here today because he needs to go back out. He has a company that he works.
But she still has access to the vehicle. Is that vehicle in his name?
That's on his name.
Yes. It needs to have
The only thing is she won't be driving it, just him. I just wonder, how do we do this if he's out of town, she's not driving, she's not in the vehicle, who's gonna blow?
No, it's going to be an ignition interlock on that device. And she's also going to be on another device for when she's at home, because I don't know if she's not driving that vehicle or not. It's in his name.
Okay, so he can blow in the vehicle when he's gone on a road trip.
He needs to let them know. I'm sure they'll be able to show that he's not in the county.
They have video.
Yes. So that vehicle is going to have ignition interlock on it, and you are going to be on a device as well. Do you understand?
You know, I don't think you know this. I'm court appointed. I don't think they can afford those two things at once.
Well, I mean, the only option she has is to be at the Bexar County Jail. Because I can't have her having access to a vehicle. Right. Have you had a chance to confer with the state?
Briefly, Your Honor, I was just retained this morning. And after speaking with my client, finding out we retained knowing she had a warrant, there was a miscommunication about court on Friday. I would like to ask the court to reinstate the bond, provide some evidence as to my client's situation.
I will tell you this, there was no miscommunication. I gave her a setting of when to come back and she did not appear twice. So she's going to go into custody. They will, Ms. Ferguson will have a PR bond done for her. Once I review that PR bond, and since she's in custody, it should be fairly quickly when they get that done. I'll review the PR bond and you all can make your arguments whether or not a bond should be reinstated or whether or not there should be a bond issued for her. All right. So otherwise I can have it referred to Judge Carruthers.
Oh, no, Judge, the fastest way would be beneficial. We appreciate it. If there's one thing I could approach the court on the record and introduce this email that I got, letting the court know, just first page is that she successfully completed residential treatment. Second page is her discharge plan. The third page on here, Judge, lists her medical and mental conditions. I just want to point out for the court, just so we have it on the record, medical issues, she has a colonoscopy bag. Her psychiatric issues, bipolar, schizophrenia, PTSD. And after speaking with her yesterday and today, I can assure you that the bipolar part is definitely going through a couple of swings. And the schizophrenia, Judge, she has made some numerous statements to me that would lead me to question whether or not she is mentally competent. So we will proceed with those. We'd ask the court in terms of any PR bonds. You wanted to waive this, didn't you?
Oh, yes, because I don't have anything before me. And what I can tell defense counsel is that as a defense attorney and even as a prosecutor, I would take note of anyone who has any type of mental health issues. And I would always take that in consideration and try to get them help as quickly as possible. However, I cannot have people who are not abiding by the rules of the court. Number one, being reporting to court. Number two, having ignition interlock for a DWI third and all of the things that go along with being charged with the DWI third. So did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated third or more? That's a third degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. In terms of what the agreement was, my client was taken into custody on the let's see, 4th day of October on Tuesday. So we've asked to give her that credit for the 10 days since the 4th day of October. We believe that received that number. As far as ignition interlock, Your Honor, we'd ask that that be a portable alcohol monitoring device. So because she does not own or operate a motor vehicle, we have to be taking into consideration the fact that she did a month of inpatient treatment. Not saying she doesn't need more treatment, but we ask that we take that into consideration that she has taken the initiative. Finally, Your Honor, we ask you to follow through. Oh, one more thing. At this time, Judge, my client lives and resides in Kendall County, Texas. We believe that might be the best place to leave her suited.
Are you employed? How you support yourself?
My husband has told me.
Do you have any children? Any grandchildren? This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 2 years in prison, suspended and probated for 3 years, $60 to DPS for testing, 100 hours of community service, ignition interlock for half the term. We've been down this road before. Her husband has a vehicle. He doesn't have a vehicle. It works. It doesn't work. But she is going to have ignition interlock on any vehicles at that home. VIP live. There's to be a MIC evaluation that can be done out of custody, DWI intervention, intensive outpatient treatment with probation, sober meetings 1 time per week. There's to be a transfer to Kendall County, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider with minors, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. And you can either do 10 days in the Bexar County Jail or she will be on GPS for 30 days. And that's full GPS for 30 days. Which would you prefer?
We give her credit for the time that she could sort of
No.
2 days would start now.
Yes. All right. So there's to be full GPS for 30 days in lieu of the 10 days at the Bexar County Jail. Yes.
It said that she actually had searching for employment for 30 days, 3 days GPS, extend that time to search for employment.
That will be 30 days from the completion of GPS. All right. Is there anything else that you need? Probation. Is there anything else she needs? All right. And we'll do the TAP evaluation out of custody. If all right, then add field visits 1 time per month random. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. So you were driving intoxicated on Christmas. Sometimes when people are having their Christmas dinner, somebody always forgets something, like they forget the eggs to make the stuffing or whatever. That easily could have been a tragedy for some family. You understand? So obviously you can't stop drinking. So there's to be absolutely no driving, of course, while your license is suspended, because it's suspended for 2 years. And you need to make sure that you have that ignition interlock, and that's any vehicle at that home.